Time limits. I don't like them. I prefer to take my time and think about things. That's kind of more my happy space. So I generally steer away from games that have time limits built in. So it's a little strange, perhaps, that I am now showing you a game that is built around the idea of a time limit. This is called Overtime. From that, you can already tell that the time limit is a fundamental part of the game design, and it is. So yeah, let's jump in, do some gameplay for it, and then we'll have a little bit of critique afterwards because the game is actually pretty good. We'll turn the music off and hit play. So I am the little character down in the bottom right. I am pushing those crates, and I've already run out of time. So you can see the time limit starts very, very short. But just hit continue again. I'm in there, so I'm this little guy. Move with the arrow keys, and I can pick up coins. So you see I now have 1 coin, and I have these upgrades that I can buy. That presents to you at the end of every attempt at a map. Every time you run out of time, you get to see the upgrade menu. So I managed to get 1 coin. Can I get the other coin? I just got it. Now the upgrade menu is useful because I need 2 coins to buy a timer increase. Buy the timer increase. Continue. Now do I have enough time to get the last box in? Yes, I do. So I have finished the map, and there should really be something to say, well done, you finished the map. A little blish or something. It did make a noise, a special noise, that chitting noise, but I would still like more info telling me that I finished the map. Let me max the screen out a bit. Now we have spent 2 coins on the timer increase, and we continue, and we get our next map, which is this one, where we get a coin there, and a coin there, and a coin there. Now we have 3 coins, but unfortunately, to get to the last coin, we need a timer increase. But what we can do, ignore the 1 box, just push the last box, and get that coin. And we have enough for the next timer increase, and that should just give us enough time to get the last box in. And we did it. Now, you think that's all the gameplay, but this is the power button over here, because we can reset the upgrades and we can buy the coin multiplier, which means that we get more coins every time we pick up a coin, and we have enough left over for a timer increase. So as we start the next map, we have 6 coins already, and we can buy another coin multiplier upgrade. Do we have enough time to get to the next coins though? I'm not so sure about that. Oh, we can buy another thing there. And we might as well buy another one because we can't afford another coin multiplier. No, we can't afford that either. So, but we've got the coin multiplier still up. I'm going to leave that there for the moment. And what I'm trying to do is maximize out the coin multiplier as much as I can. Okay, we can't buy any more of that, so let's get a couple of those. Just so we can get as much money from each of these coins as absolutely possible, so we can optimize our gameplay. Now we've got those, reset the upgrades, max out the timer increase, and we basically have all day to to finish the map. I mean, not quite obviously, but we have optimized to the point where this is, we've got like a couple of seconds left. Okay, so that's the gameplay. The best way I found this, so the optimal way I found, is to buy the upgrades as you can, start the map, get as many coins as possible. What do I need? 12. Anyway, yeah. So that's the gameplay. That's obviously the sort of the meta game design. There's much more complicated levels. You get kick boots, I think, to push the boxes a bit further, a bit faster. You get the magnet to pull boxes towards you. That's actually quite awkward to use. You get the translate locator. I haven't even used that yet. So yeah, the maps get better and more interesting, and that's the gameplay. And so if all you are here for is the gameplay, then thank you for watching. Don't forget to like if you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe to see more Itch.io Game videos. And don't forget to leave comments because that's good for everyone. And thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. If you are here for the critique, well, there's not a lot of critique I can actually give this game. It has sound settings, it has good sounds, which I like. The art is fine, although I do have an immersion critique there that we'll get to, but other than that, I mean, you know, the little character is quite cute, a little slightly spooky, but otherwise quite cute. Yeah, the artwork is great, the crates look like crates. The one critique I do have, and that is really about the game, it's the immersion, it's the feeling, it's the UI altogether. Let me reset the upgrades and give us some time to have a look at it while I talk about this. I'm in a weird room floating in space with solid walls and no doors and things that I can get into. Now remember, the context of this is a game jam. I'm not saying this is a bad game in any way. My critique is not to say, you made a terrible game. I don't hate games. This game is absolutely fantastic for the for a game jam. It's I don't know. I mean, I'm not a game jam judge, but or anything like that. But I mean, I think when you constrain the resources, this is ironically like the time to build the game and things like that. This is an absolutely fantastic game. I don't know what the rules are for the 1-bit jam, possibly graphical. I don't know. The game is fantastic for it, and it runs smoothly and things like that, so it's great. But if I wanted to take this game to the next level, this needs to look more like a warehouse. I would change the texture on the walls to make them look like boxes. I would remove the sparkles to make it look like, the outside should be just black, and the inside the warehouse should be like sort of a warehouse floor texture. And yeah, these should look like boxes, and maybe the occasional door or something like that that's locked. Just so it looks more like I am in fact moving stuff around in a warehouse to fit the game, and maybe have in the screen a little sort of man in a sort of a what's the rank, the guy in charge of the warehouse, the sort of the shift leader, the team leader, the manager, wagging his finger and sort of yelling at you silently to, maybe a little bit of text going, "You're too slow, be faster, what's going on, blah blah blah," just to really bring home the lore behind the story, pushing in some overtime. We're doing shifts in a warehouse. I'm not getting any of that from the actual gameplay. The only place that is kind of relevant is here. Otherwise the game itself is a kind of a intellectually separated puzzle where I'm just moving boxes around to solve an issue. I want to see, there's a lot of games like that where you're just solving the puzzle, and to really make the game stand out and take it to the next level, you need to wrap the storyline and the immersion into it. That's my feeling anyway. That's what makes games more interesting to me, and makes them something I'm more likely to choose and play. I like this kind of pile of boxes down at the bottom here. I don't know why. I find it very sort of satisfying. Yeah, I mean, it's a good name. It's just the game doesn't have anything to do with overtime. I'm not getting that from it. It's a box pushing puzzle game with a time limit, but that's not overtime. So yeah, get the warehouse feeling into it, for kind of future updates to make the game something that people will click on more often. So yeah, I mean, really, that's my sole critique. I like everything else about it. I like the gameplay. I like the sounds. And maybe a little difficult. Some difficulty levels would be nice. Sort of, give me an easy level where it adds a second or two to the timer or something like. I don't know. I mean, this is obviously very well balanced as it is. I don't know if something like that would ruin the balance in some way. But it would be nice to balance it for different difficulty levels. But that's very much a distant reach out. I think the main focus to improve the game would be just the theming. And that's it. That's my critique. This game is fantastic. Come and play it. There'll be a link in the description as per standard practice. And I cannot recommend it enough. And thank you for watching the video. And I hope to see you in the next video.